I never thought it would be illegal to grow a pink pineapple, but it is because they're patented. Technically, if I'm not selling them, I'm good to grow the seeds inside. So I did that because I wanted to see if the seeds from the pink pineapple would grow into a yellow pineapple or not. And it worked! So this is the story of our pineapple plant. And yes,
pineapples have seeds.
So it all started with me sitting in my house thinking about the fact that only fruits have seeds and pineapples aren't vegetables. So they must have seeds somewhere, right? So I started searching for the seeds and I found them right underneath the rind. Of course, I immediately stood there questioning my whole existence as a plant mother because there I was, not realizing that pineapples have seeds that you can grow?
And they come in pink?
And no, that is not in fact pineapple wagyu, but you
Can go to jail for trying to grow those?
Well, upon further research, I learned that pink pineapples are trademarked. So you can't grow the top crowns at home, meaning
Someone
has literally bought a label for these pineapples so that you cannot grow them or sell them yourself. But if you're at all familiar with this channel, we always find ways to grow the difficult fruits. At first, I was scared that the pink pineapple seeds wouldn't grow. So I went ahead and also got a nice fat yellow pineapple to also try germinating the seeds in those. I thought of it as a little experiment to see if the pink or the yellow ones would sprout, if at all. And if you're lucky, you'll find up to 100 seeds in your pineapple, but some, like this one, only came with about 10. Some grocery store pineapples are genetically modified though, so they might not have seeds, but everyone that I've opened so far has had the seeds even from the store. Actually, every part of the pineapple can be used to grow more pineapple, and it takes about 2 years to fruit, but if you grow from seed like us, it can take up to 6 years.
So I'll see ya in 13 years.
But I germinated the seeds on a damp piece of paper towel for 4 months. I kept checking on them for the first 2 months, religiously spritzing them with water every 3 days. But
admittedly,
I forgot about them for another 2 months. 4 months had passed and I opened the paper towel to find 2 baby sprouts emerged.
So we took them, we admired them, and they even looked like little baby cute pineapples sitting right in my hand. And guys, I was still learning as I went along with all of you. So I didn't know what would happen, but it was safe to say this chokehold loosened a little bit.
They're so cute!
I could have also probably sprinkled cinnamon on the seeds to help promote growth of the other ones since we only got 2, but
we got 2.
so we planted those in soil and they sat there for many months. Now, as they sat there, I wasn't sure if the pineapple seeds would have a high success rate in germination.
And not only did I try with the seeds, which did seem to be doing pretty well in their home,
But I low-key also got a pineapple obsession
and I wanted to try what other ways I could try sprouting a pineapple. Especially since I learned in Hawaii that every part of the pineapple can be used to grow more pineapples.
So you know me, I got a few other pineapples, 11 to be exact, and I figured let's try unwrapping the leaves and planting it in soil.
To see if we can grow a little baby pineapple.
There were little roots already sprouting out of it. It was really cool. I planted it straight in soil and now it's been there for about 1 year. This is a little bit of the progression. Guess what else was starting to get bigger, fatter, and cuter?
Not me!
Okay, maybe just the cuter, but the pineapple. The pineapple started to grow. I made sure to repot it when it outgrew its pot, which you should do too if you're doing this at home. When I pulled it out of the pot, we saw our first sign of success. Well, actually, the second next to the actual leaves getting bigger, there were roots on the bottom of the soil. At this point, it was about October, and I had to bring this plant inside in the winter. We're in Canada. So I got some dish soap, diluted it in water, soaked the roots. That basically just helps remove any bugs or pests from the soil.
So that I didn't bring any inside.
I'm already growing mealworms and hornworms on the side here, so we don't need any more pests inside. Right now, they're controlled.
Anywho,
When you do this dish soap thingy, it can shock your roots, so you might want to add some Epsom salt, some
Magnesium.
back to the soil when you replant it in its new pot. And although it hasn't grown too much since I brought it inside, it hasn't died. It's waiting for the summer sun to let it grow because right now it's sitting in its macrame hanger with the harsh winters of Canada just about to be gone. I think as soon as I put it back outside in a couple weeks, it's gonna thrive. I prayed and in hope that the squirrels wouldn't come and devour this plant when I put it outside for the family of 17, and we were good. They didn't come. And what happens is the pineapples grow right in the middle of your plant. Little baby pineapple, just one, will grow. Both out of the seed that we're growing and the crown that we planted in soil. And I know, it's much easier to just cut off the crown and plant it in soil. There's a higher chance of success and it'll grow a lot quicker, but of course, you already know we try what's was difficult, my friend. But this process was far from over because this pineapple still had me in a chokehold. It was not releasing me until I successfully grew a
Baby pineapple.
I was determined as heckin' to grow a pineapple and fast, too. And in Canada. And I knew a pineapple would take many years to sprout from the seed that we sprouted. And I figured, I told you I got 11 pineapples.
What I did with the next one was
Take the pineapple, remove the leaves, and you could see there were sprouts already coming out of the stem. But this time I figured, let's see if the propagation method works. Remember,
I tried these experiments so you don't have to. And again,
guess what else was starting to get bigger?
Fatter and cuter.
Not me, okay?
okay, maybe just the cuter.
But the pineapple. For the first month or so, it seemed to be thriving. As the weeks started to pass, it seemed like it was starting to get pretty moldy,
Pretty squishy.
and I think that was a result of not having enough sun and working indoors. Even with the grow lights, this thing did not grow for the life of me. And I was kind of sad because those roots definitely had room to grow.
It's kind of like an ex-boyfriend who constantly disappoints you, but you can't help but go back until you find a better dude to take care of you, will ya?
I'm looking for the better pineapple to take care of me and release me from this chokehold. So obviously, I had to get another pineapple. There's no such thing as giving up on this channel. As you know, we persevere until we get it right, or at least until we learn something so that we can try again to get it right.
Listen,
If you're not always constantly learning, then you're probably not moving forward. But if you're moving forward, then it's probably constantly 2 steps forward and 1 step back, an upwards progression, but it can't always be smooth sailing.
anywho,
This time I moved apartments to a south-facing one instead of a north, but I had more sun. Still, I was curious to see if this would germinate on a piece of saran wrap. So I got a piece, peeled all the leaves off, and I spritzed the saran wrap religiously 3 times a week to keep it damp. This one was not sprouting as much as the others. Well, that was a fail too, saran wrap. But as I was going along this process, I learned something, as we saw in the beginning of this story, that there are not just yellow pineapples, but there are pink ones too, and they're patented.
the fact that people even patent food is dystopian to me.
Like, how gutless can you be?
So you can't grow them, at least for wholesale, but there's nothing stopping us from growing them, okay? Most pink pineapples don't even come with the tops because they cut them off before selling them. So technically, if they come out with a new 2.0 version of this pineapple that deliberately makes it so they come in seedless varieties,
We'll all know how that happened.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
listen, if PepsiCo tried to take down farmers in India back in 2019 for growing their special variety of potatoes used for their Lay's chips, and Pepsi lost, don't come at me.
Anyhow,
Listen, you may not know, but I traveled the globe far and wide to obtain a second pink pineapple so I could pink the seeds out with my bare hands for 2 hours, and clearly I got way too many pineapples. But if you're anything like me and you want to know more about what in the heckin' makes these things pink, well, the pink color comes from the presence of a natural pigment called lycopene.
excuse my pronunciation.
But lycopene is a pigment that gives fruit its color. The same gene is found in tomatoes, red peppers, watermelons, so it makes it pink. It is also found in yellow ones, but a lot higher levels. However, scientists lowered the levels and they were able to breed pink ones. And if you're wondering about the taste, the pink pineapple is way sweeter, it's less acidic than the yellow ones, and personally, I liked it a lot. It was a weird version of a watermelon and a cantaloupe hybrid.
However, I do want to inform you that I learned from you guys, actually, that apparently
Even if the pink pineapple seeds do sprout, they will not grow true to the pink color because they won't have the beta carotene pigment in them, since they're a product of hybridization, and so they're gonna have different genetics. That was a mouthful, I understand. But I'm really not sure. I guess that's why I wanted to try it.
I wanted to see if the seeds from the pink pineapple would grow into a yellow one or not.
As we wait to find out, this is not yet over. I wasn't satisfied enough with these results, so I got one last pineapple. This time, I took the leaves off, and instead of just propagating the stem crown in water, I thought, well, maybe those leaves could have a chance at sprouting. So I took those individual leaves and I placed them in a little container of water, and I waited some weeks. I figured maybe roots would grow out of the little leaves, but I'm sorry to inform you that it did not grow. However,
This is why we try experiments so you don't have to.
Okay, I know I said that was the last one, but I got one last pineapple. Not to grow it, even though we did put the top in soil just in case, but to cook with it.
From the garden to the plate.
My brother was home, so I wanted to make him something nice to eat. I took the pineapple and I cut it up. I placed it in the oven for 30 minutes at about 400 degrees, and then I took it out and I gave some to my brother, and we tasted it. It tasted like a sweet dessert. Highly recommend.
9.3 out of 10.
Then I had all of this pineapple skin and rind, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I called up my sister. I said,
Hey, what's up? You have a mean
juicer.
Let's make some juice.
She said,
Definitely.
naturally, I drove over there. I sprinted, in fact. Got the equipment ready, added it all in. I really said to my sister,
When life gives you pineapples, make pina coladas.
and she said to me,
Okay, I guess today we're making juice and in 9 months pina coladas because I'm pregnant.
and I said,
Okay, no problem. I'll drink it alone.
anyway, I guess we don't have to resort to pina coladas because this pineapple is growing. It's got me staying up singing that tune at night.
It's got the juice.
We really did start out with 10 yellow pineapples. I think it was 10. It could have been 11. There were also 2 pink pineapples in addition to that. Sprouted the seeds in one, grew the crown in the other, and it's sitting in soil waiting to go outside for the summer. We tried propagating some, sprouting the actual leaves in water, germinating a crown on saran wrap, tasted 2 pink pineapples and tried to grow them. We made some nice baked pineapple for that sweet tooth
We all have no and love.
and some nice juice. Thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. You don't have to tell me twice that
I am a perseverer.
we pick ourselves back up until we grow those
Bangin' heckin' fruit plants.
At least 2 out of these 10 pineapples are for sure growing. I'm positive that we're gonna have a baby mini pineapple soon. Until next week, where we take exotic fruits and grow them into full-blown houseplants.
That you too can do at home.
So don't forget to
To follow.
don't forget to
Subscribe.
and know that
I love you.